Behind the palace walls, something happened. Not in a press release, not on Instagram, but in hushed tones, sealed letters, and eyes that refused to meet across the room. This wasn't a public statement, it was a royal reckoning, because King Charles, frail, visibly weakened, and surrounded by whispers of worsening health, just made a final request. And it wasn't about ceremony, it wasn't even about power, it was about family. But here's where it gets weird. He didn't say it himself, no throne room speech, no video message with soft lighting and antique books behind him. Instead, Charles handed the job to the one royal who never blinks, never stumbles, and never sugarcoats, Princess Anne. That's right, Britain's original royal enforcer, the woman who once shrugged off a kidnapping attempt and went straight back to work. The royal who's allergic to drama, but allergic to nonsense even more. She walked in, looked around the room, where silence had already swallowed the air, and delivered Charles's final personal message. And what she said froze the room. Prince William's jaw reportedly tightened, his fingers laced in that classic hold-it-together pose. Across from him, Prince Harry didn't blink, didn't speak, but his expression, somewhere between shock, suspicion, and heartbreak. Because this wasn't about titles. This wasn't about crowns or coats of arms. This was about whether blood still matters, when trust has already been shattered. And in that moment, every royal in that room had the same unspoken thought. What happens next could change the monarchy forever. It wasn't on the royal calendar. No press release. No cryptic post on the royal Instagram with a crown emoji and big news soon. No leaks to the tabloids. Not even a whisper from the palace's favorite puppets in the media. And that was rare, because in a world where every royal sneeze becomes headline news, this silence was suspicious. Yet somehow, every senior royal was summoned to Windsor Castle immediately. The message was clear: drop everything, be there. Even longtime palace staff were left scrambling. One insider joked it felt less like a meeting and more like a royal ambush. Some assumed it was another dry strategy session, maybe another reshuffle of public duties, or an emergency plan to spin whatever mess Prince Andrew stirred up last. But nope, this wasn't about PR. It wasn't even about protocol. This was something final. And just when the whispers started, in walked Prince Harry, alone. No Meghan, no kids, no entourage, just him. And 1,000 unspoken questions. And let's be honest, his solo appearance said more than any speech could, because Meghan Markle was not there, and her absence spoke louder than any royal trumpet fanfare. According to insiders, Meghan politely declined the invitation. Translation: she wanted no part of it. Allegedly, she called it a performative display. And honestly, after what she's been through, tabloids tearing her apart, family tension, being hung out to dry during her pregnancy with Archie, who could blame her? This wasn't her arena. This was a family she once tried to join and got burned for it. So Harry came alone. Some say it was respect, others guilt. But what matters is this. This was the first time he and William stood in the same room since Queen Elizabeth's funeral. Let that sink in. The two brothers who once stood side by side at their mother's funeral now stood galaxies apart in silence. And the tension? You could cut it with a letter opener from Buckingham Palace. No words, no nods, just royal air, thick as velvet curtains, and a storm quietly brewing beneath it all. When the royals gathered in Windsor's most private chamber, the kind of room where history isn't just remembered, it's made, there was one thing everyone expected: to see King Charles seated at the head of the table. But he wasn't there. No footsteps, no quiet clearing of the throat, no entrance through the tall oak doors. Just absence. And then came the twist. He didn't come to speak. He sent a letter. Handwritten. Personal. No press secretary spin. No palace-approved fluff. A message directly from the king himself. But he didn't read it. He couldn't. Instead, he chose someone else. Princess Anne. Now, hold up. Let's pause for a second. This wasn't a random pick. This is Anne we're talking about, the no-nonsense royal. The one who dodged a literal kidnapping, got back in the car, and went to a charity event the next day. The one who's worked more royal engagements than her brothers combined, and did it in the same hairstyle since 1976. She doesn't do drama, she doesn't do pity, and she definitely doesn't do royal politics. So when Anne walks in with a sealed letter from the king and says, "I'll read it," you know this is not a ceremonial update. This is a bombshell. And the moment she opened it, you could hear the air get sucked out of the room. No hesitation, no tears, just her signature, deadpan delivery. His Majesty, King Charles III, has decided to begin the process of transitioning royal responsibilities to the Prince of Wales. Translation: Charles is stepping back, not next year, not eventually, now. And that can only mean one thing. Prince William's path to the throne is no longer a theory. It's real, it's in motion, and it's already begun. No more waiting in the wings, no more someday speeches. The king has activated the next era era of the monarchy. And this wasn't about ceremonial crowns or balcony waves. This was the kind of shift that leaves royal historians scrambling to update their timelines. And the people in that room, they weren't just hearing the future, they were standing in it. Charles's announcement caught some people off guard, but not everyone, because behind the polished palace windows and the carefully curated photo ops, royal insiders had already started whispering. Whispers about missed engagements, whispers about last-minute cancellations, whispers about the king simply not being the king lately, and now we know why. Charles is sick. Not in a public headline-making way, not in the dramatic royal statement with gold lettering way, but in a quiet, terrifying, behind-the-curtain kind of way. The palace hasn't confirmed the details, but those in the know say the king's ongoing cancer battle has already started rewriting the monarchy's schedule. Forget ribbon cuttings and state dinners. Charles has reportedly pulled out of all late-night strategy sessions. He's withdrawn from key ceremonial duties, and his medical team, they've enforced strict rest protocols, basically banning long hours, stress, and public overexposure, which in royal language means the king is running out of gas, and more importantly, he's running out of time. But here's where it gets even more intense. Charles isn't just looking to quietly retire. He's not trying to fade into royal history with a gentle wave and a corgi in his lap. He's trying to protect the monarchy before it slips through his fingers. This is damage control on a generational scale. He's seen the warning signs. Public trust in the monarchy at an all-time low. Young people openly questioning why the crown even exists. Commonwealth countries jumping ship faster than ever. And Charles, he knows he may not have years to rebuild the institution. So what does he do? He accelerates the one move that could stabilize the future. Prince William. This isn't just about preparing him anymore. This is about handing him the wheel, even if the king still technically holds the title. William isn't just the heir. He's the pilot in training mid-flight. And ready or not, the cockpit door just swung open. But just when everyone thought the royal bombshell had fully detonated, Charles dropped one more line. And it wasn't long. It wasn't poetic. It wasn't even royal sounding. It was 6 simple words. Do not close the door yet. That's it. 6 words. And they hit the room like a cold gust through a stained glass window. Because in those 6 words, King Charles didn't just speak as a monarch. He spoke as a father watching his sons drift so far apart they might as well be living on different planets. Charles wasn't asking for a royal reunion. He wasn't pushing for Harry to be reinstated as a working royal. This wasn't about tiaras, duties, or balcony appearances. This was about leaving just enough room for forgiveness, just enough space to maybe come back from this. But here's the problem. William may not be interested. Let's be clear. This isn't about 2 brothers fighting over who got the top bunk. This is decades of resentment, mismatched expectations, buried trauma, and brutal headlines boiling over. Let's rewind the royal receipts. In 2020, William was reportedly blindsided when Harry announced he was stepping back from royal duties, not in a private family meeting, not in a group text, but publicly, globally. Then came the Oprah interview. Meghan and Harry didn't hold back. Accusations of racism inside the palace. Meghan revealing she was denied mental health support. The infamous question about how dark Archie's skin might be. Fast forward to 2023, and Harry drops Spare, the memoir that made Buckingham Palace wish book bans were still a thing. He paints William as cold, controlling, even physically violent. Yes, physically violent. There's a whole chapter where Harry claims William pushed him into a dog bowl. No, really. And while Harry's out in Montecito feeding chickens, signing Netflix deals, and casually dropping royal bombshells on Spotify, William is back home, gritting his teeth and carrying a 1,200-year-old monarchy on his back. He's dealing with Commonwealth relations, anti-monarchy protests, declining public trust, and internal family landmines, all while raising 3 kids and keeping Kate in the public's good graces. So when Charles asked him to leave the door open, no head nod, no sigh, no visible reaction at all. But if you looked closely, you could see the jaw clench, the breath catch, and his silence spoke louder than any speech could. Now let's get one thing clear. This wasn't just a heartfelt fatherly plea tucked inside a royal letter. Charles came with a blueprint, and not just any blueprint. A vision so bold, so disruptive, that palace insiders are whispering the same word behind closed doors. Radical. Because the truth is, Charles knows time is running out, not just for him, but for the entire institution. And before the monarchy crumbles under its own outdated weight, he wants to strip it down, refocus it, rebrand it. Sound dramatic? It is. Here's what royal insiders claim is part of Charles's unofficial royal reset plan. Trim the monarchy to just 6 working royals. Yup, 6. No more distant cousins waving from the balcony like background extras. Just the core team. William, Kate, their kids when they come of age, and maybe Anne. Full financial transparency. That's right. Royal audits, public breakdowns of how the crown spends its money. So when they buy a gold-trimmed teapot for £40,000, you'll know about it. Open Buckingham Palace year-round. Not just for summer tours, all year. So tourists can finally see what's behind the velvet ropes, and maybe get a peek at the the thermostat Prince Philip allegedly kept at Arctic blast. Return colonial artifacts, the big one, the jewels, the ceremonial swords, the sacred masks, treasures that were acquired during Britain's colonial era. And here's the kicker. No monarch has dared to do this, ever. This isn't Queen Elizabeth's monarchy. This is Charles's survival strategy. A monarchy that's smaller, leaner, more transparent, and, frankly, less entitled. A monarchy that doesn't just exist because of tradition, but tries to justify itself in the modern world. But here's where things get complicated, because while Charles sees this as evolution, others see it as dismantling. Royal traditionalists, especially the old guard insiders, are reportedly panicking behind palace doors. Some have called the plan institutional suicide. They fear that once you slim down the monarchy and open the books, you expose too much, you invite criticism, you lose mystique, and once you give away artifacts, you might be giving away power. Even Queen Camilla, usually tight-lipped about royal strategy, has reportedly raised concerns. Sources say she's worried Charles is rushing too much too soon while he's still on the throne. After all, he's only been king for what, 5 minutes? And already he's flipping the entire monarchy upside down? It's a lot. And then there's William, because here's the royal elephant in the room. Even if Charles sets the plan in motion, is William actually ready to carry it out? It's one thing to agree in theory. It's another to stand in front of the nation and say, yes, we're downsizing the monarchy, and yes, we're returning looted treasures. Charles has spent decades dreaming about reform, but William? He's still balancing diplomacy, family feuds, and raising future monarchs under constant tabloid surveillance. And let's be honest, he's been trained for continuity, not disruption. So the question isn't just whether Charles's plan is visionary, it's whether his son has the backbone to finish what he started. Because if William isn't all in, this revolution might die before it even begins. Amid the chaos, one person stayed composed, Kate Middleton. No leaks, no drama, no comments, just quiet, relentless professionalism. And it's paid off. Kate is now the monarchy's secret weapon. Her approval ratings in the UK are consistently higher than any other royal, including William. She's led national initiatives on mental health, early childhood development, and even foreign diplomacy. And insiders say Charles now regularly seeks her advice on public-facing decisions. Yes, her advice. She's become the emotional spine of the royal family. And unlike Diana or Meghan, Kate never buckled under pressure. She's adapted. And in doing so, she's secured her place as the next Queen of Britain, not just by marriage, but by influence. Beyond the palace walls, there's another crisis brewing. The Commonwealth, Jamaica, Antigua, Belize, even Canada, all questioning their ties to the British crown. Barbados already cut the cord in 2021, and with Queen Elizabeth gone, the emotional glue of the monarchy and the Commonwealth has vanished. Charles, to his credit, hasn't resisted. He's embracing new partnerships, offering support instead of control. William, too, is adjusting. His royal tours now focus on climate action, youth entrepreneurship, community leadership, not waving from balconies, but shaking hands in community centers. Because this isn't just about the UK anymore. It's about proving the crown still matters globally. And then there's the safe. Multiple sources have confirmed that King Charles keeps a private folder locked in his personal study. Inside, letters, drafts addressed to William, to Harry, even to Meghan. One royal aide described them as emotional contingency plans. Writings Charles hoped he'd never have to use, but feared he would. Some describe them as heartbreaking. Others say they're more strategy than sentiment. But the message is clear. Charles doesn't want to die with unfinished business. And above all, he doesn't want William to inherit a broken legacy. Now the spotlight shifts to William. He's not the teenager grieving his mother anymore. He's not just the heir. He's the man holding the keys to the kingdom. And the decision in front of him, whether to honor his father's final wish or do what he believes is best for the crown. Forgive Harry or forget him. Open the door or close it for good. The monarchy has survived wars, divorces, scandals, and abdications. But this time, the threat isn't from the outside. It's from within. So we ask you, should William leave the door open for Harry or shut it forever to protect the throne? Let us know in the comments, because the crown is no longer just inherited. It's a choice, and this choice could change everything.